So now let's see. So we're gonna draw a little guy, right? Okay, so I'm drawing this guy all on one frame. I'm not even dividing it up between layers or anything. And now I'm going to right click, insert blank frame. Now here he is. This one drawing lasts on frame 1 and 2. And now I'm going to turn on my onion skinning. This thing right here is onion skinning. It lets you see like a preview of the last frame. I'm gonna draw like a keyframe, is what they're called. I'm gonna draw his next pose. So I just want to draw him, and if you click the frame, you can select the whole drawing. I want to draw him like smushing down. He's gonna be doing like some crazy bobbing shit. Alright, so right now, he's going fucking insane. He's like a madman. So now I'm gonna select the previous frame. I want some in-betweens, so I'm gonna hit F5. F5 expands a frame, it's a shortcut. I could right-click it and hit insert frame, so now the first drawing's 3 frames long, but I'm gonna hit F5, give myself some frames. So I'm gonna select the frame right after the first one, and I'm gonna extend my onion skin so I can see the second pose. I'm gonna draw him sort of going down a little bit.
Much love to you too, Sensei.
So, you know, draw his eyes a little lower than they were. Draw the mouth a little lower than it was. Draw the hand coming out because the hand has to extend to this pose. You know, start to draw his knees bending a little bit. Once again, this hand is also coming out to the next pose. Now I'm gonna do just one frame. I'm gonna get rid of these 2. So now there's one frame. Yeah, this will be saved. So now this is a smear frame. I just want to get him down to that next pose. Alright, so we just want to get him to that pose. So like just fuck it, we're getting him there. No more smoothness, we're getting just the smear. Is this week 7? Or what is week 7? Get out of here, Cam. Alright, so now he goes to the key pose, right? So that looks like that. It's almost there. It's looking kind of good, but it's missing something. And that's that, like, when he goes to the next pose, it's too static now. Like, there's so much movement going to that pose, but now he's just there. It looks more like a freeze frame than anything. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna cut this, convert to keyframes. Now we've divided this drawing into multiple frames. So I put a 2. I gave myself 2 frames right here. You know, it's one frame that lasts for 2 frames long. We're gonna delete that. We're gonna onion skin just this drawing here. And now we're gonna do it like he went past the pose a bit. And that comes before the pose. That's called snap posing. You might recognize it from a little something called Friday Night Funkin'. It's the ultimate animation trick, and you can use it for anything. So we want to draw everything a bit lower than it is and extending a bit outwards, because it's kind of like he's overshooting, and the overshoot is what will give it that snapping feeling. So there we go. There we go. Oh. There we go. Now he's gone into that next pose, and it looks you know, decent. And so, you know, we can cut off some of this excess here just so he stays in this pose for a bit. But it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's 5 drawings that last for 14 frames. The first pose is 2 frames. Another, you know, the second drawing that lasts another 2 frames. A third drawing that lasts 1 frame. And then the 2 final things. The key pose that lasts for a little bit so we can hold it. But the snap just before then, that goes a bit lower. And so, you know, I'm using just another like quick stuff here. So to my right, I'm using the brush tool. I'm using the third, you know, level of thickness. I have pressure enabled, which pressure, you know, like if I'm tapping lightly, it's like this, but if I push down really hard, the line gets thicker. Over to the side here, I have my smoothing set to 41. Now, if I were to set my smoothing to something crazy like 70, my drawings would be very smoothed out. They'd kind of lose a lot of their like details because the program is like auto smoothing the shit out of it. See, it's like it's almost way too smooth. Even I think the default 50 smoothing is too much. But I go to 41. I think 41 will like fix the errors, but generally sort of like keep, you know, your human imperfections that give it personality like intact. And I like that. If you really, really want to, you know, sometimes certain cartoons, like my Smash cartoon, you know, I draw in like 31 or 25. Sometimes if I want to draw one to look really funny, I'll lower the smoothing a lot. And that, like, see now, every time my hand even jitters a little bit, you can see like the jitters in the lines because it's not like auto smoothing it. And I think that, you know, that can be pretty charming. It all depends on like what you feel like. Really quick, we have a donation from Psychedelic Samurai. He donated $2 and said, on my lunch break, but I'll check out the VOD later. Thanks for the tutorial though. What a nice thing to say. Alright, so I'm gonna delete some of this mess to the side, set my smoothing back to 41. Select my brush tool, smoothing comes up in the properties to the side, 41. Somebody asked where to donate. If you scroll down below the video, there should be a donate button. Alright, so back to this guy. He squishes down, that's awesome. But there's gotta be more for him in life. Will this be on YouTube? I can put it on YouTube, maybe. So now we're gonna make this a loop, because right now, if you were to watch this, you go to Control Test Scene. He just kind of like he smushes down and then he's back at the beginning. You know. We want this to be like a loop. So he smushes down. Okay, so here we have. I'm gonna make insert blank keyframe. I'm gonna go to this drawing. I've clicked on the frame so the whole drawing's selected. Right click, copy, paste in place. That's very important. If you just paste it, it's not going to be accurate to where it was. You want to do paste in place, so now it's exactly where he was before. Now we're going to sort of animate him going back to this pose. So that way it can kind of loop. So he goes down, he's a little psychopath. And then we're gonna have him go back up. You know, like kind of the same way we made him go down in the first place. You know, he's gonna move a little bit to like go up. We're even gonna do, his hand is going down further than it was to begin with. His legs are going up because his legs are pushing up, but like a real human, you know, like your arms kind of like follow. So his hands actually aren't gonna go straight up. That would look bad. His hands we're gonna do going down. But the rest of his body's going up. His body is like pushing with momentum, and his arms are lagging behind. We'll give that another 2. Actually, wait. Oh yeah. So we'll do a smear this one. So this will just be. So we'll do another smear where he goes back up. We'll go over like sort of resources you can use to learn even beyond this stream in just a little bit too. Trim to trim, shave to shave. Trim to cut, shave the trim. Oh fuck, I fucked it up. Alright, so now once again we're going to do another overshoot. And so beforehand, we made him get like fatter going down, but this time since he's going into a more narrow pose, we're going to do him getting like slimmer as he comes back up. Because there's like these rules of animation of like stretch and squatch. I'm just totally botched the pronunciation of that. But anyway, yeah, so like the arms go up and they come in. I mean, yeah. We're gonna go over symbols in a bit too, because that's I think a really big part of all this. All right, so like his little crotch line, you know, it's above the legs, kind of are like coming in a bit because it's the overshoot for coming up. You know, his arms are closer to his side because they were previously farther. And there you go. And now if we were to control, test scene. Yeah, look at this bitch. He's dancing to Parappa music. Oh yeah, he's grooving. So let's see.